What do you do when a good friend of yours says that they would love to see you be less hammy? I'm Reid Mihalko from ReidAboutSex.com.
And I'm Kamala Devi, and I think that Reid is just so solidly somber that I thought he needed a little spunk in his life.
I can actually turn this into an educational video rather than us just being goofy. So Kamala Devi is a good friend of mine for more than a decade now. Tantra teacher, author, mother, lover to the world, all yummy good stuff. You can check her stuff out at kamaladevi.com. And how do you, because you have a big theater background,
Sure.
You did Tantra Theater, then Tantra Palooza, then Palooza, and all these awesome events. But for you, when you're co-teaching with somebody, right? We'll make this a fun video for anybody who's doing facilitation. When you're co-teaching with somebody and they have a very different personality than you, like how do you, like what's your wisdom, or how do you...
The key, you know, there's tons of tips about what to do on, I said tips, not tits, but what to do on stage and how to be a better performer, or how to, like, you know, synergize. But the number one key out of everything that you'll learn in public speaking is listening. Because if you're listening to your co-teacher, that will inform, you know, how to show up. And it's like in improv, if you don't hear the other person on stage, you'll have no gift to offer.
And for how do people bring that into like personal relationships, right? I mean, relationships, not performance, but how, if your partner's very different than you, like, what do you have advice for that?
Yeah, so the listening happens at like 200 different levels, and what you want to be listening for is, okay, if they're being super, you know, we gave the example of like animated. It's what, you know, what is it they're trying to get across underneath all the histrionics? Or you're saying, or you might think, what are their feelings? What are their needs? You know, underneath, and you're listening at different levels, and then it's always like, how can I serve? Listening for an opening, listening for an opportunity.
So it comes back to just being present and not making people wrong.
Yeah,
being goofy.
Yeah, if you're in your brain, you're like, oh my god, he's such a goof, and you're just like, you know, having your judgments. All of a sudden, you're distracted, out of the moment, and not present and able to serve. Yeah.
Last but not least, new book that just came out. We talked about it in another video. These Sacred Slut Sutras. You can check it out at kamaladevi.com, and that's KAMALADEVI.com.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you for your advice.
My pleasure.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...